Great crowd turning out, a lot of students on hand as well. They've been loud for a while, and we are ready to go. 12th ranked Baylor, 17th ranked TCU. And the opening tip is controlled by the Horned Frogs. Miles will hand it off to Donovan Hunter. Gets it back for Miles. Hunter's been playing really well. Miles accelerates to the basket. She has such a quick first step, and she gets there for her first two, averaging nearly 20 points a game.
And so expect a lot of player-to-player from TCU. They have the ability to switch, but Nikki Collins hosts today. We need to be patient on offense.
The starting five for TCU, 7th straight start for Taylor Bigby. We talked about Miles. Hunter really playing well. Marta Suarez in the front court with the sophomore Clara Silva.
Eric, the matchup I've been waiting to watch is Bella Fauntleroy on Olivia Miles. Fauntleroy, one of the better defenders in the Big 12.
Suarez inside, that's her game, and she has her first two, averaging 16 a game. Scott's got unlimited range and shows it early. 60-second three she's made this season, and Baylor's on the board.
And as you watch, a lot of sets, but primarily it still goes back to that middle third on-ball screen for TCU.
Miles going to keep taking the threes if they're going to let her have it. Scott to Johnson mid-range. Miles with the rebound. Thought she was fouled.
And Johnson's going to have either the three or mid-range shot because Silva's playing that drop coverage defensively to take the paint.
Miles.
Olivia Miles came in tonight averaging 35% from deep. But more importantly, she knows how to read a defense. Baylor going under the on-ball screens. Olivia Miles reading it. You give her any cushion, she's going to make you pay.
Substitutions for TCU. Bigby will come out. Talia Parker, the sophomore. Bill Buggs showing the handle. Bielefeld took the swipe.
But can they defend? Two of the best defensive teams in the Big 12. But can they defend without fouling here this evening?
Suarez looks to turn on Fauntleroy. Will drop four. Fauntleroy's got the rebound. Scott tiptoes on the baseline, finds the open shooter, and Van Geitenbeek knocks it down for three.
You see Suarez set a lot of ghost screens. What do we mean by that? It's like she's going to, it looks like she's setting it on ball, and she's popping out looking for her shot.
Off the Miles miss, Van Geitenbeek gets the screen from Little Paige Buggs. Returns it for two. Seven 0 run for Baylor. Miles couldn't get it. Van Geitenbeek. Johnson. Now Baylor will get things going on the attack with Fauntleroy. Van Geitenbeek. She'll try a three. Little Paige Buggs on the glass. 4 purple jerseys in there. But when you're averaging a double-double, you know how to get a rebound.
And for Baylor, it was the right one in gold. You've got to keep a body on Little Paige Buggs or she'll make you pay.
Hunter open three with the answer. Scott 1-on-3, but she's not shy. Pull-up three.
Mark Campbell telling Olivia Miles, slow it up. He's trying to give his players a chance to get a breath.
Hey, you don't have to tell me. I'm ready to put the brakes on. We need a breath here. Suarez. Turning inside. Leaning in, can't get it. Gets the offensive board. Second chance here for TCU. She'll go at it again and finish. Marta Suarez with the Bears down by 3 inside of 2 to go. Abraham rolls to the basket, lost the handle, and turned it over. Silva for Suarez. Guarded now by Johnson. Suarez got good outside touch and shows it. Van Guyton beat. Hunter, excellent on-ball defender, shadowing her. Scott, open look for three. That's no good. Batted out of play by Fauntleroy. Joanna Littlepage-Bugs has actually helped off the court and back to the locker room area, so we'll have an eye out. Looks like she's coming back right now. You're going to see her top of your screen there, number 5, making her way back to the bench. Suarez having her way.
Look for the outside shot or take someone off the bounce.
Scott tried to give it to Johnson and turned over. Miles will hold for one. 8 points in the quarter, go along with 3 rebounds for Olivia. 7 on the shot clock. Suarez. Bielefeld on the drive. The freshman gets the finish. That will do it for the first quarter. Couldn't ask for a better quarter for TCU on the road in a hostile environment. So she's been getting hydrated. She's been eating over there. So obviously it looks like maybe a cramping issue or something that was bothering her. Suarez back on the floor.
Suarez is just reading who's on her. Dunn's on her. She's stronger than Dunn. Dunn's more finesse, so she goes into the low post, has that little fadeaway turnaround jumper.
Littlepage-Bugs on the push. Scott will try a deep 3. Finally, the drought ends for Baylor. 7.5 minutes between points for the Bears. Miles will try the deep 2 and get it. Olivia Miles into double figures with 10. Suarez.
And this is how good TCU's offense is, because Baylor, one of the top defensive teams in the country, not only in holding their opponent's points production down, but also from a field goal percentage. And it is Miles who's just picking them apart.
Littlepage-Bugs on the drive. They need her on the floor. She's leading the way with 8 points for Baylor, trying to hang tight. Suarez leading the team in threes, made and attempted and knocks one down. 13 in the first half for Marta Suarez. Fauntleroy. Good feed to Abraham. That won't drop.
Baylor's getting some shots at the rim. They're just not knocking them down. Mismatch with Silva down low.
Silva. Littlepage-Bugs.
And just ball IQ, times that block perfectly.
Of course, Fauntleroy and Littlepage-Bugs have spent their entire careers with Baylor. Littlepage-Bugs, a 4-year starter for the Bears. Miles, a little too strong. Van Guyton has the rebound. Scott picked up by Bigby. Mid-range is good. Leah Scott tried to find her shot against Arizona State, went 4 for 14 from the field for 17 points. Miles with the dish. Silva can't score. Knocked out of bounds by Baylor. Which is really no surprise. Those two combined for 36 points a game.
And usually are setting one another or other teammates up if they're not scoring.
Van Guyton beat 6 to shoot. Good feed inside. This time, Abraham able to finish. Suarez got Fauntleroy in the air. Takes it at her for 2 more. Marta Suarez had 20 points in 26 minutes before fouling out last time out against Colorado, a game Colorado pulled out in the final seconds. Scott is fouled shooting a 3, and she'll take 3 free throws.
At home against Kansas. On the road, Marta Suarez with the 3 against West Virginia to get the lead. So this is a TCU team.
In West Virginia, they won on a Suarez 3 at the buzzer. Kansas made that a tight game, 1 possession. So it has been right there. Mark Campbell told us before the game, the motto right now for the team, final 18 days of regular season, 1% more.
That you haven't got to that 1%. You want to make sure you're peaking here at the end of February to take you into tournament time.
7 to shoot. The drive by Bigby and a trip to the free throw line. Santa Clara first place in the WCC on the line. Foul on Scott, her first. Here is Bigby, who has been the starter. Maddie Shear missed time with that injury. Abraham. Scott, who just joined the 1,000-point club in her career, adds to it quickly.
Great set call from the bench. Bigby late to see Suarez with that slip.
There's the double, trying to make it tough on Suarez. Parker, an opening to the basket.
That's going to drive the Baylor coaching staff crazy. No one even recognized the dribble penetration to rotate.
Nobody picked up Van Guyton beat Peck the other way, who was left open for three. Miles flips it over. Parker. Traveling violation. TCU will turn it over. Fourth turnover for the Frogs.
Great defense by Miles. Read the play. Got the steal.
Flips it up ahead. Beautiful pass in stride. And the finish by Bigby. 1 minute to go before halftime. Van Guyton beat. Finds Little Page Bugs. Hunter with the rebound.
No one for Baylor going to the glass. Everyone getting back in transition. Asked Mark Campbell about Hunter initiating the offense. He said, we're trying to do that to give Miles a little bit of a break.
Turnover by TCU. Scott will launch a deep three. There's a high ceiling in Foster Pavilion. I think she scraped it with that three. Four seconds for Miles. Flips it up. Couldn't get it. Fauntleroy with the launch comes after the horn, and the momentum belongs to Baylor, but the lead belongs to TCU at halftime. Jess Sims, you talked to Nikki Cullen at halftime. What'd she have to say?
I sure did. I caught up with her at half, and she said very plainly, we settled too much. Specifically, we were shooting threes off the first pass or dribble, and we need to drive more because we drive more, we draw fouls. And then lastly, we must get more paint touches, and those will make all the differences.
Thank you, Jess. You mentioned that in real time. Just felt like Baylor was just shooting really early in the clock and settled in a little bit. And you can see 5 for 6 at the end. Talia Scott was the hot hand. She had 16 points, 13 coming in the quarter, and she joined the 1,000-point club. Olivia Miles gets started early in the third quarter. She's got 13 after making the three. Van Guyton beat to Johnson. Good feed and the finish. First points for Kirsten Johnson. Miles will keep taking them, and she's making them. 16 now for Olivia Miles. Little Page Bugs spinning inside, fading away. And drop. Just one offensive rebound in the first half for Baylor. Usually they get a lot of second chance opportunities, but not the case tonight. Now they're going to steal. Fauntleroy back the other way.
Maybe that gets Bella Fauntleroy going.
Miles again. Not this time. Laura Bielefeld comes in for TCU as Silva checks out.
So TCU going small again. Suarez now going to that 5 position where, again, it puts so much pressure on Baylor in terms of the matchup against her she's going to face.
Foul on Miles, her first. Scott to Little Page Bugs. For two. Suarez. Kicks it for the open look. Bigby can't get the three. Offensive rebound. Suarez is fouled.
And on the other end, Fauntleroy stays with it. I agree with that. She comes across the picture.
The TCU story, they've had great success in the portal. Last year, it was Haley Van Lift leading the way. Most outstanding.
I mean, this is college athletics in 2026 in a nutshell. Suarez now will have played in 4 different conferences.
I mean, to be fair, one team played in 2 conferences in Cal with the Pac-12 and the ACC, but that's a lot of conference swag that you have, you know, the different logos. Speaking of swag, that's Little Page Bugs. She's getting going here in the second half. 12 points. She's 6 of 11 from the field to go along with 5 rebounds. 4-point game.
No Suarez, so it's going to be Miles with the first shot.
Olivia Miles, 19 for Miles. Back to a 7-point lead. Little Paige Buggs playing with a ton of confidence. She can tell right now. Silver was ready with the block. Third in the Big 12 in block shots. Came in with 45. Big block there for the stop. Miles, pass fake. Shaking her hand as she's coming back up the court because it's hot. And Geitenbeek for 3. 4.5 to go, third quarter.
Mark Campbell making all these set calls right now.
When you're hot, you're hot. She's gone for 31 twice this season, including most recently against Colorado, but TCU is 0-2 in those 2 games when she's gone for 31. Van Geitenbeek out of the timeout. She answers with a 3. She's had a good game.
I think Jenna Van Geitenbeek gets overlooked. She is just the epitome of a true point guard for this Bear Ball Club.
Here's Miles. Jess, what was happening in that TCU timeout?
So I just listened to TCU's huddle, and Coach Campbell was very upset about the moving screens at first, but then he just moved on to the sense of urgency.
Fauntleroy for 3. Couldn't get it. Miles, great play.
Marta Suarez setting that screen and then rolling because of the switch there.
Abraham on the switch. Miles will take it again and make it again. Olivia Miles gets another 3. And Geitenbeek trying to get around Hunter. That's tough to do, and Hunter gets called for the foul.
She is just on fire right now for the Horned Frogs.
She has scored 20 points.
And you can just see the offensive flow of Baylor. It's a catch and then read the defense.
Miles holding 4-1 with the shot clock off.
Expect a high end ball screen. Suarez setting it for Miles here.
She's got 20 in the quarter. Step back for 23. Unbelievable performance, and look at the smile. They cannot stop Olivia Miles right now. A school record, 9 3-pointers in the game. Olivia, 9 of 17 from beyond the arc. Again, what's at stake here? If TCU wins, they'll be in a 3-way tie for second place. And West Virginia would have first place to themselves as we are inside of 3 weeks to go in the regular season. First miss from the free throw line for either side tonight. Combined 9 for 10. A lot of fouls called, not a lot of trips to the free throw line. Miles. Looking to move Suarez. Miles. There's Fauntleroy defensively with the block.
One part of that is Little Paige Buggs still not back to the court yet.
Suarez will launch a 3 and hits. And a technical foul is going to be called on Marta Suarez for a taunt as she went up the court.
Marta Suarez, I mean, she's just following with her eyes and then just has words for the defender as she goes by.
Don't want to do that right in front of one of the officials.
But when all the momentum's going your way, you don't want to give Baylor free opportunities.
You don't want to give a player like Talia Scott a chance at the free throw line. South Carolina, 6th ranked LSU. What a great way to spend Valentine's Day. Don't give me a card.
Fest.
Don't give me a card.
Love fest.
Just give me a seat in front of the TV for that one.
Are you taking me to dinner?
Yes, I will.
Oh.
My college basketball Valentine. Here's Scott. Fauntleroy will try again. They keep trying with the threes. Nothing going down. She's not 100%. She's left for the locker room area twice in this game so far. Maybe put to the test right away. defending Olivia Miles. Suarez throws it out. Benefield, that's way long. Suarez over the top. And foul's going to be called, and that will be 2 free throws. Suarez is at the line for a couple. Suarez took a shot under the left eye in the first half.
Let's not hit Marta Suarez because she's going to go off.
She's got 22, came in averaging 16 a game, 20 or more for 10 times this season, 16 times in her career. Scott is fouled by Hunter, 2 free throws coming. West Virginia's played 2 more games. Baylor has a better winning percentage entering play tonight. Scott at the free throw line. And Texas at Tennessee, 3 Eastern time, coming up on Sunday, doubleheader on ABC. Also, you can catch it on the ESPN app.
So the full court pressure after the free throw yet again for Baylor.
Scott's got 20. Hunter will try a 3 and hit it. 13th three-pointer made for TCU tonight. 3-pointer off the mark from Dunn. TCU is 13 of 26. Baylor is 7 of 24 on 3-point shooting.
Mark Campbell just working this shot clock right now with his point guard right in front of him.
Five on the shot clock. Miles with the handle. Miles with the step back. Miles with the 3. Van Dykenbeek to trigger the inbound.
Just over 5 minutes to go. Baylor's got to start putting together some consecutive scores here and cutting to this deficit. It doesn't happen with the turnover.
Scott turns it over. Numbers the other way for Suarez. The 3. Another 3 for TCU. Baylor holding teams to 23% coming into the game. That's number 1. And as a team, TCU is at 54% on 3s.
Yeah, definitely not what Baylor had in mind when they came into tonight. And I think more importantly,
going to be a whistle against TCU. Some of the action around Talia Scott. She has made 10 3-pointers in 19 attempts as TCU looks for their 4th straight win in the series with Baylor. First miss of the night for Scott, but an offensive rebound, a rare O-board for Baylor. Just their 2nd of the night.
Baylor's got to look to play with a little bit of pace now to cut through this deficit.
And Silva's going to get called for the foul. That'll be her 2nd. Olivia Miles and Baylor and TCU came out firing in the 3rd quarter. Miles had 23 points in the 3rd. Doubleheader Saturday on ABC and the ESPN app. Big one in Ames. Number 5 Iowa State hosting number 9 Kansas. Fresh off the win over Arizona. That's at 1 Eastern. Miles to Suarez. Suarez off the dribble. Good feed. Silva too strong. Sticks with it on the O boards. Silva with the putback and the foul. Would have loved to have had it the first time, but stuck with it, and the 2nd time was the charm for the sophomore from Portugal. Can't add to it at the free throw line. Clock will come under 4 this trip. Baylor down by 21.
I think if I'm Baylor, because you're in the bonus, get aggressive, try to get to the rim, draw some fouls, get this clock to stop.
Little Paige Bugs will hit the mid-range for 2. Gets the screen from Silva. Takes it at Abraham, who gets called for the foul. Maybe you're familiar with the work of Sabrina and Caitlin. That's the company that Olivia keeps.
That's rare air.
Well, guys, Olivia Miles' athletic destiny was written in the stars. Her dad told her that when she was a toddler, her pediatrician said she had the bone structure and the natural coordination to become a really great athlete. So she was walking by 6 months, she was running by 8 months, and look at her now.
The prophecy has come true. Thank you, Jess. Miles, bit of a heat check there. She thought it was tipped.
uphill climb. Let's get some other players some experience right now, knowing that they still have another chance at TCU in 2 weeks.
Mark Campbell's a little hesitant because he's lost some heartbreakers, but Kayla Johnson covering her.
I would deny her the ball.
You know Olivia knows she's got 38, and her teammates know it too. Suarez had a good night as well. Suarez will take it and make it. Marta Suarez with 27 points. That matches her career high. So a new career high for Miles. Suarez ties her career in season high. Markayla Johnson, that's going to be off the mark. Going to be TCU basketball. Miles looking for 40. It's going to be a circus shot if she got it. She wants it back. 1:30 to go. Abraham gets called for the foul, and Miles will have a chance at the free throw line to get to 40. Next up for Baylor, they'll be at UCF Sunday at Texas Tech. They'll have a showdown with West Virginia on Sunday at Schollmeyer Arena, where TCU has won 39 in a row. Olivia Miles at the line for 40. The third player in TCU history to reach the 40-point mark, and her day is done. What a performance by the grad student from Phillipsburg, New Jersey. 40 here in Baylor tonight. And a farewell to the Baylor fans.
There have been players who have hit 40, but they have definitely put up more shots and have been far less efficient than Olivia Miles.
There's a couple dozen TCU fans tucked in the corner here at Foster Pavilion, so Olivia went down there, and it's like a receiving line at a wedding reception right now.
It's one of those nights you just don't want to end when you're on a tear like she has been tonight.
Parker would drop, and Dunn's got the rebound. Here's Brown. Dunn on the turnaround for two.
Obviously, great offensive performances by Miles and Suarez, but as a team, TCU a whopping 15 of 29 from deep.
These two teams will meet again on March 1st to close out the regular season. Last year it decided the regular season champion in the Big 12. Don't know if that'll be the case this year as Dunn takes it up. Followed up by Johnson for the final points of the game. TCU comes to Waco, and they post an impressive 83-67 win, led by a career-high 40 points from Olivia Miles.
It's the points. It's how she did it.